Hey, what is going on, you churn Chansey? So, a cheater was caught at Bogota, or however you pronounce it. I'm still not sure how you pronounce that. Special event, literally, that just happened still today. As I'm uploading this video, the event literally just happened a couple hours ago and concluded. The player made it to the finals. They were DQ'd upon the judges hearing about the cheating that happened in top 8. And I reviewed what actually happened as far as the cheating goes in the top 8 match over on my stream. And those are the clips I'm going to be sharing with you guys here today. Now, in the first clip, I was trying to give the player the benefit of the doubt because I always believe or want to believe that no one's actually cheating in the Pokemon TCG, but cheaters do exist. They are out there. You got to be aware of them, and hopefully they get caught and banned, which is what I expect to happen to this player. So the clips here I'm about to show you is just me analyzing what happened, what the player actually did, and what was going on. So let's go ahead and let's just get right into it. So what we're looking at here is Eder picking up and shuffling Jonathan's deck. They both just finished shuffling their own decks. They're each shuffling their own decks right here. Eder and then Jonathan now offer their decks to be cut or shuffled or tapped. You can pick. You can do one. I mean, you can't actually do all of them because if you tap, you can't cut or shuffle. And then Eder goes to shuffle Jonathan's deck. And the thing you'll notice here is the top card never changes. And then right there is the thing we're looking at more specifically here is this right here. So it's a shuffle. The top card not changing on the first shuffle is not a big deal, because obviously there has to be a top card at, like, on the first shuffle there has to be a top card. Okay, so the top card's there, and then this pull with the thumb from the front of the deck to the back of the deck, putting this card on top of the deck is a big deal. That's the big deal here. We see that pull from the front of the deck to the back of the deck, one card pull with the thumb. That's just not something that naturally happens while you mass shuffle. When you're mass shuffling, you're not pulling one card from the front of the deck to the back of the deck. Okay, and then from here, each shuffle after this, the top card never changes. So what is assumed is happening here is Eder is taking cards that Eder think is best for Jonathan to draw on the first turn of the game to give Eder an advantage, are being pulled from the bottom of the deck when they come up on the bottom of the deck to the top. There's another pull with the thumb. Once again, another card was moved to the top of the deck. The top cards of the deck have not changed. Right here, once again, the top cards are still the same top cards. Goes through another shuffle. Goes through another shuffle. And we can see here, Eder is looking down towards the bottom left here, like looking this direction down, which is presumably where Eder can see Jonathan's deck. And then sometimes Eder will look up and like as if they're looking at Jonathan. So they're definitely changing where they're looking throughout the shuffling process. That's definitely happening. Whether or not they're looking at their Jonathan's deck is kind of the question. The bottom deck is changing occasionally too. Yeah, the bottom card of the deck is changing. Here we go again. Top card does not change. And then this pull here, it looks like one card being pulled from the bottom to the top. So if the bottom card changes, it becomes a bad card that Jonathan wouldn't want. So then Eder wants Jonathan to draw bad cards. Eder's putting the bad card from the bottom of the deck on top of the deck, and they're not changing the top card of the deck. Now, this is all relevant. Now, I know someone in chat's going to already say, they already have it typing, bro. They've been fiending to type this all day. They're like, oh my God, Azul's talking about someone cheating. I have to say this. You can shuffle or cut your opponent's deck. You can do it. You can cut or shuffle your opponent's deck. We know. We get it. It doesn't matter. The point is that Eder is potentially cheating here, and that's what we're talking about. Yes, obviously, Jonathan could have cut. Actually, you can't shuffle the deck if your opponent shuffles the deck. Yes, obviously, Jonathan could have cut the deck back after Eder was done. We get it. We know. Congratulations. You got your comment in there. All right, back to the the shuffle at hand. Once again, Eder shuffles again. Top card doesn't change. There's again, once again, pulling with the thumb, the bottom card of the deck to the top card of the deck. We'll see how many time it's gone. Once again, a shuffle. The top card does not change once again. Here we go. We're still going. Here we go. And then, boom. Okay, Eder passes it to Jonathan. I don't know how many cards are stacked on top of the deck there. It was like 4 or 5. Once again, the top card never changed once those cards started being stacked on top of the deck. Actually, the top card of the deck didn't change a single time during Eder shuffling Jonathan's deck. Passes the deck back to Jonathan. Goes for the fist bump. Jonathan does not. Now, whether or not this fist bump is like a distraction from stopping Jonathan to think about cutting their own deck back after Eder shuffled it. Because if your opponent shuffles your deck, so when you offer your opponent to interact with after you shuffle your own deck, they can tap, cut, or shuffle. Eder chose to shuffle the deck. At that point, if your opponent chooses to shuffle, you may cut your own deck back. You may cut your own deck back if your opponent chooses to shuffle the deck. If they cut or tap, you can't interact with your deck anymore. Eder, this fist bump could be a distraction tactic to make Jonathan not think as much about cutting their own deck. Because it's like, oh, I might go cut my deck. Jonathan's like, oh, I might go cut my deck. And then Eder's like, okay, fist bump. And then Jonathan's like, oh, all right, fist bump. And then it's like, all right, let's set up for game. Who knows? It might just be a natural fist bump. Who knows? That was like less relevant. And then Jonathan goes to draw the cards. Now, it's really hard to tell what cards Jonathan draws here. We're going to try and see them. I do have it in 0.5 speed because Jonathan draws and lays them out as 7 and then immediately flips through them in reverse. So the front card, theoretically right now, these front 3, or I don't know how many it was. I think it was like 4 or 5 cards that Eder seemed to have stacked on top of Jonathan's deck. So these 4 cards in the front here are theoretically the cards that Eder had set on top. So in that first clip, I know it looked bad, but I was trying to give Eder the benefit of the doubt. And looking back on it and rewatching it, it looked really bad. Like, it's no 2 ways around it, really, to be honest. But in the moment, definitely trying to give Eder the benefit of the doubt. Always want to hope the best from people. But this second clip really solidified it for me. And yeah, I was a little high energy in this one. So cursed a little bit and maybe popped off a little bit. But yeah, if you've got headphones on, maybe turn those down a little bit. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at it. All right, we're getting to it again. Here we go. Nest Ball, Flying Pikachu. There it is. There's the Arceus, and he puts it on top of the deck, bro. And he puts it on top of the deck, bro. Fuck this guy, bro. Ban his ass, bro. I'm done with this man now, bro. There's no way, dude. I remember seeing this shuffle earlier. I was like, this is sus. Like, that was looked weird. And then he peeks and he searches for, dude, fire this judge. Nah. Shut up with that shit, bro. That's just cringe. That's just cringe. Someone time out the person who said fire this judge. And then he gets the triple lightnings off of the thing, and then he shuffles 1 riffle. Top card does not change. It stays the Arceus V-Star. Shuffles again. Top card does not change. Only shuffles twice. And then he goes for the distraction tactic. He looks at his opponent's discard pile. There's 2 cards there. You can see them both. There's 2 cards and you can see them both. Why are you looking at the discard pile in the Lost Zone? Then Jonathan doesn't cut Eder's deck, and then Eder top decks the Arceus V-Star. Dude. Yeah, and then we skip ahead a little bit, and then he like pretends that the Arceus V-Star is like a big top deck. He like pretends the Arceus V-Star is like a big top deck. Oh my gosh. Does he no, he doesn't get any of the rewards for second place. So we go through all this, the beat gets stuck in the active, and then yeah, he pretends to be surprised. Like he's like, "Oh, I need a good top deck here." Oh, peek. Oh my god. Actually, we should watch that one in normal speed. Holy dude, that's insane. That is so wild. I wonder if he does anything else throughout the game. Dude, he's like, is it still there? Oh my gosh, bro. You love to see it. Oh, wow. Well, you don't love to see it, but like you love to see him get caught. That's what I'm saying. You love to see him get caught cheating. Oh my gosh. See everything he made. We're not gonna yeah, we're not gonna go through everything in the game. That is hilarious though. That is so funny. We don't need to see any more, honestly. Yeah, we don't need to see any more. That was enough. This was perfect. That was the perfect amount. I can go to 434.15-ish. Okay. Yeah, that's all we need to see, to be honest. Like, if he does any more, like he did more, but like that's enough. He's banned. Like, there's no way.